some examples I gave. Pag nag-meditate ako, automatic, babasa akong libro, automatic, mag-workout ako. Whereas if I skip meditation, mataas ang possibility na mag-skip na ako reading, saka mag-skip na ako ng workout. So by systems thinking, I can conclude that for me to not skip my workout, I just have to do my morning meditation. Another one. Gising ako, hindi ko hawakan yung phone ko, babasa akong book, mag-workout ako, hit ko yung calories. Automatic siya, parang domino. Hit ko yung calories ko, mag-journal ako at night, paplanuin ko yung next day, and then I will sleep feeling successful. By systems thinking, I can conclude that for me to feel successful, I just have to skip checking my phone upon waking up. And ano to totoo to. Legit to. So like you, I'm not perfect. May mga times na nawawala ako sa landas, sa fitness, sa work. So ang gagawin ko lang para makabalik ako sa momentum ko is aayusin ko lagi itong morning routine ko. Then always, 100%, maayos na rin to lahat. There, hindi lang yung first and last yung magkakakonect. Diba? Lahat yan. Everything is interconnected. Cause and effect relationships are not linear. They are circular. Now, magkakakonect sila kahit tingin natin hindi. Bigyan kita ng example to prove that seemingly unrelated things are interconnected. So, heartbreak. Sino nang nito? Naka-experience ito? Di ba? Pag broken-hearted tayo, anong nangyayari? Affected fitness natin, affected yung work natin, and even other areas. Na-agree? Also, systems thinking works because of this another mental model. Yung tinatawag na second-order effect or second-order consequence. Ibig sabihin yan, every decision we make or thought that we have, meron yan lahat na second-order effect or even third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So example, nakuha ko to kay Romar, itong example na to, shoutout kay Romar, yung pagbili ng gaming PC. So if you think normally, ang maiisip lang natin na consequence sa pagbili ng gaming PC is what? Na mababawasan ka ng pera. Right? And that's it. Now, most people stop there. Pero ito yung cascade niyan. So pag bumili ka ng gaming PC, anong gagawin mo sa gaming PC? Lalaroin mo, gaming PC yan eh. Diba? That's the first order consequence. Play the PC. Kapag nilaro mo yung PC, anong nangyari? Less time to work out or hina-half-ass mo na yung workout mo, nagmamadali ka na, lalo kung PM ng PM yung mga kalaro mo sa diba, ranked games. Next yan, hina-half-ass mo yung workout mo, nag-skip ka na, anong nangyari? Ayaw mo na rin mag-diet. Kasi sabi mo, hindi naman akong workout, sabay ko na lang yung diet ko. Diba? Guilty rin ako dyan. Next one, fourth order effect, since the dopamine we get from playing games, diba, is very high. Reading books is less appealing. Sobrang boring na niya. Hindi na niya machikan, diba? Hindi na machikan ng pagbabasa ng books, yung dopamine natin, because we're so addicted to a higher baseline of stimulation. And fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth order consequences. And all of them are interconnected. Sino ka-relate dito? Diba? Totoo eh. Ito, another example. Sino yung mga nangungutang dyan, nagpapautang? So, nagpautang kasi gusto raw tumulong. Diba? Yun yung hanggang doon lang inaisip. So, first order consequence. Kahit unconscious. Ayan yun. Nalaman niyang pwede ka pala utangan at na-start niya yung habit ng pangungutang. Third order effect. Sa pangungutang, automatic, nakakreate tayo ng invisible relationship. Merong master, merong slave. Regardless kung ano pa man ang relationship natin dun sa pinautang natin. Kapag nangutang siya, automatic, ikaw yung master, siya yung slave. Fourth order effect, late or hindi na siya nagbayad. So nakabuild na siya ng bagong habit ng pagsisinungaling. Lagi niyang dinadahilan, hindi, may sakit kasi si mama, yung anak ko, yung kapatid ko, bla bla bla. Next order effect, nagdalamat ang relationship dahil sa pera. Then fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth order consequences. And lahat sila interconnected. So yung original intention mo na magpautang, na tumulong, nakatulong nga ba? Ito, third example, na very, very common sa mga quote-unquote nagpapayaman. Stopping fitness to work on making more money. Or simply to work more. Kasi si fitness, ano yan time consuming yan Busy ako magpayaman dito. Meron ba ganun dito? So anong first order effect? Hindi, tigil na ako sa fitness kasi mag-work pa ako. Hey, more time for work. More time to make more money. Or illusion lang ba yan? Second order effect, reduced physical health. Bumibigat na tayo, nanghina na tayo, antukin na tayo, lowered confidence, bugnutin, moody, sakitin, madalas tamarin. Third order, reduce energy to work and think. Ang taas ng stress, tapos nababawasan yung mental capacity natin to solve problems. So ako napansin ko yan, pag di ako nag-gym, pag week straight na wala ako sa landas, ang hirap mag-isip. Because a healthy and fit body contributes greatly to our thinking capacity. So trust me on that. Kasi nakapunta na ako sa dalawang ends na yan. Fourth order, poor quality work, lost sales, lost clients, loss of trust among coworkers, saka mga employees mo. Then downward spiral, out of shape ka na, lumobo na, may medical conditions na, loss of confidence, insecurities, reduced motivation to set bigger goals, low mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual energy to make more money. Just because we think fitness takes up our precious time. So yung original mo na intention for skipping fitness, na para magkaroon ng mas maraming pera, nagkatotoo ba siya? Or could you have done more if you're in better health? And this is why I practice this kind of thinking. The habit of tracing upstream, downstream, yung mga decisions ko. And as for you, itong systems thinking is one of the big keys to not only maximizing this program, but also to have lots of successes in your life. It's a new way of looking at life. It's seeing the world differently. May bago ka ng lens. Parang sa fitness, may natutunan mo yung calories, di ba? Lahat na ng pagkain, tingin mo macros, tingin mo calories. So be a systems thinker is the secret to mastering your life. So instead of looking at things as disconnected, interconnected sila. Instead of linear, circular, instead of parts, think of them as wholes, isolation, relationships. So everything is interconnected, same lang naman yung message yan. So example ng normal, short-sighted thinking. So sabi mo, wala kasi akong meal plan, kaya wala akong result. O the end. Diyan nagtatapos ang pag-iisip. Example ng systems thinking. So kailangan ko ng meal plans, hindi lang pala meal plans. Need ko rin ayusin habits ko, need ko rin ayusin mindset ko, need ko rin ayusin environment ko. And other more factors na involved na tingin natin hindi related. Next example, nawawalan ako ng motivation sa fitness, nawawala na yung consistency ko, tamad talaga ako. The end. Systems thinking, nawawalan ako ng motivation sa fitness, nawawala na yung consistency ko. Bakit kaya? Hindi ko kasi ginagawa yung abang action items, hindi kasi ako nag-engage sa community, hindi kasi ako ma-attend ng weekly training. And many other negative habits na tingin natin hindi related. Second, third, fourth order effects. So ito example ng negative feedback loop. So if you're going to turn that into a positive, ganito siya. Sobrang ganado ko, ganda ng results ko sa Kaizen. Bakit? Ginagawa ko si lahat ng action items, systems thinking, I engage in the community and my accountability group. Never ako nag-miss ng lesson and I even watched the replay. And all other important tasks, CC said, kahit feeling ko hindi sila related. Nagtiwala lang ako. Example, nag-all-in sa Kaizen. Nagkaroon sila ng domino ng positive habits. Sabi niya, Kaizen changed the legacy of fitness in the family. I did not grow up in a family that has fitness goals. Now, my son looks forward to the age where he can already start to work out. Sobrang laking impact sa overall life ko. Every day I'm grateful and feeling inspired because I'm happy sa result ko sa body ko. As a result, raging man, confident ako na I can do well not only in fitness, but in other aspects of my life. Ayan, example naman sa fitness coach. Normal thinking. Pagpasok ng client, bigyan ko ng workout routine at meal plan. Pag di kumanda katawan niya, kasalanan na niya yun. O the end, meron ba naka-experience ito? O, lipat tayo sa kabila. Systems thinking as a Kaizen mentor. So, pagpasok ni client, hindi namin siya bibigyan ng workout lang, ng meal plan lang. We think about everything that's going to happen. Lalo ako. Praning ako dito. Iniisip ko lagi, ano mangyayari pag ginawa niya to, and then those, and then these. Ano dapat unahin? Ito ba? Ano effect dito sa behavior pag ito yung una niya natutunan, etc., etc. So ako, I apply a lot of behavioral psychology. And it's why it will work 100% of the time if you will just follow everything that will teach you here. Ang common question nga sa akin is, parang thrice ko na ito narinig, tinatanong na ako, anong success rate mo sa Kaizen? Anong success rate ng Kaizen? So ganun, sagot ko lagi, 100%. Because I truly believe that. Pero that's only half of the equation. The other half is, ano ba yung compliance rate mo? Kaya ba i-guarantee sa akin that you will do the program 100%? Kasi if yes, if you can tell me that, then for sure, 100% yung success rate mo. So ito yung sabi ng clients. Maraming salamat sa pag-structure mo sa program, sa lessons, grabe yung timing nila each week. A few days ago, weekly lessons have always been a great reset. Ewan ko ba, coach, palaging timing yung mga lessons mo, like when we have doubts, questions, or may nararamdaman, na-address ng lahat. Ganda ng session kahapon, timing ulit. Very timely sa current experience ko since wizard or manghula ka ba, coach? Biro lang ko. So that's our first one, sa high-level mindsets. Systems thinking, everything is interconnected. What I do in one area affects another. For every action I do, there's always a second, third, fourth order of consequences. The next one, next high-level mindset, it's all my fault, even if it's not. I'm 100% responsible for everything that's happening in my life. I'm solution-focused, not problem-focused. I'm proactive, not reactive. So ano example ng reactive? Example ito, yung uso yung gym lockdowns. Diba? Ang dami ko narinig noon na, hindi, kaya bumigat ako kasi nag-lockdown. Kaya ako naging overweight kasi sarado lagi gym, di ako maka-gym. Yung government kasi ganito, ganyan. Yung tropa ko kasi lagi ako inaaya kumain. Yung family ko kasi ganyan. Kaya laging may kasalanan bukod sa kanya. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng reactive. External factors yung laging nagdidictate sa kung anong mangyayari sa buhay niya, sa results niya. Ano yung kabilang side, no? Being proactive. So paano masabi pag proactive ka? Example kanina, yung gym example kanina. So laging nagla-lockdown, bakit kaya hindi ko aralin yung mga home workouts? Libre naman yun sa YouTube eh. Bakit kaya di ko yun gawin? Kasi sisi ako ng sisi sa mga lockdowns yan. May extra money naman ako eh. Bakit hindi ako mag-invest sa home workout equipment? Yun yung example ng pagiging proactive. So yan, good example, si Carlo. Shoutout kay Carlo, dito pa rin siya. Sabi niya, isa to sa lessons. Sabi niya, radical proactivity sa pula ko dito. Lagi kong sinisisi sa pandemic, yung negligence ko sa fitness for the previous years. I realized that I was 100% responsible. Kaizen is teaching us to have the full power to control our lives. Galing, di ba? So yan yung pangalawa natin. It's all my fault, even if it's not. Sinasabi natin to, nakasalanan natin, not because we want to beat ourselves up at gusto natin magmukmok. Hindi yun. It's all my fault para maghanap na ako ng solution. Para hindi ko na sila antayin. Ako na, i-own ko na. Ano yung pwede kong gawin? To take responsibility. Ano kaya yung pwede kong gawin within my control para mabawasan or masolve ko tong challenge na to. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng ownership, being proactive. So next one, favorite ko to, what I put out is what I get back. If I give 50%, I will get 50%. If I give 100%, I will get 100%. So this is how the universe works. So i-relate ko to sa favorite life quote ko kay Charlie Munger. Now, to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. The world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. So itong quote na to, it touches me personally because I firmly believe, based sa standards ko, na itong mga successes ko na nakuha ko sa buhay ko right now, I can proudly say na ako to, sa akin to. Diba? Hindi siya swerte, hindi siya tsamba. Kung ano yung nakuha ko, it's because ito yung nilabas ko. In-earn ko to. So it's very fulfilling to receive the things that I desired. Because I work hard to deserve this. And connected siya dito. So what I put out is what I get back. Kasi ikaw, ask yourself, yung results mo ba sa buhay, sa fitness, masasabi mo bang yan yung deserve mo? Masasabi mo bang binigay mo na yung 100% mo to change that? Ay, mga previous Kaizen clients, can you truly say that you already gave it your all? Because the universe is fair. Kung ano yung binigay natin, yun yung babalik sa atin. Right? So that's our third mindset. What I put out is what I get back. So I'm encouraging all of you, kung ilang beses mo na trinay ang fitness, ilang beses mo na trinay magbago, ibahin na natin this time. Todo na natin. And last, sa high-level mindset, reinforce lang, I seek better execution, not more knowledge. Execution is what drives results, hindi knowledge. Example ito, previous past 2 seasons ata yun. May nag-message sa akin before enrolling sa Kaizen. Sabi niya, main concern niya, sabi niya, may bago ko ba ituturo dun, Coach Joe? Though yes, may mga bago ituturo sa Kaizen every season, it's not really the point. The point of the program is to make you execute so you can get results. So sabi ko sa kanya, if you're here for new knowledge, then huwag ka mag-enroll because you're missing the point. Sabi ko sa kanya, tignan mo yung results mo, yung execution mo, yung consistency mo, at yan yung gawin mong basis if you're going to enroll or not. And of course, nag-enroll siya. So this is a good reminder then for all the previous students, keep this in mind. Hindi kayo andi dito dahil gusto nyo ng bagong knowledge. Kasi kung yun, again, you're going to miss the point. Kasi alam naman na natin lahat eh. So that's it for the Kaizen high-level mindsets. Ano yung favorite nyo dito? Type in the chat. Systems thinking, sabi ni Sarah Suyom, favorite mo to dati pa, hindi ba nagbago? Ayan, ginaya ka na tuloy, oh. It's all my fault to get what you want. Nice, nice. Ako rin hindi ako makapili. Parang favorite ko lahat eh. Okay, next tayo. So tapos na tayo dito. Dito na tayo sa baba. Throw away your failure costume. So in-adjust ko to since dito na kayo sa Kaizen. So probably na-encounter mo to dun sa webinar ko last time. So pag nahuli mo yung sarili mo, o nahuli mo yung groupmates mo, nahuli ka ng groupmates mo, or namin sa community na sinasabi or iniisip to, imagine mo lang yung sarili mo, ito yung suot mo. Then, palit ka agad, bihis ka agad. So yung iba sa inyo, kasama ko dito, marami pa tayong stocks nito. So just keep throwing them away. Tatlo lang yan. Alam ko na yan, hindi ako ganyan, hindi importante yan. So dito tayo sa una. Alam ko na yan. Sa webinar, dinascuss ko doon yung requirements before we can say, alam ko na yan. Or yung ACME, abbreviation niya. Dalawa lang. Una is, you have to have knowledge. Intellect level. Sa ulo, sa utak. Nabasa mo, napanood mo, sinismis sa'yo. Ayan yun. And next one, actual experience. So madami sa atin, hanggang dito lang. Pero sinasabi natin lagi, alam ko na yan. Pero dito lang siya. Kaya wala nito sa baba. So sa akin, ang requirement ko, dalawa yan. So pag wala pa nito, hindi ko pa pwede sabihin to. So example, let's say nag-advise sa'yo si Coach Joe or kung sino mang dyan, fit and sexy dyan. Sabi sa'yo, para pumayat ka, mag-exercise ka 3 times a week. So ang sagot mo, automatic, alam ko na yan. Yes, I would agree na alam mo na yan if ito yung tanong. Ano sabi sa binasa mong MF book? Ano sabi dun sa pinanood mong YouTube video? Alam mo na yan kung ito yung tanong. Ayan yung tinatawag kong surface level knowing. Which 99%, very useless. Kasi nasa ulo lang eh. So gusto natin masagot, itong mga questions na andito. Ano yung 100-day results mo when you were consistent sa 3 times a week workout? How did you build the habit of working out 3 times a week? What are your strategies for consistently working out 3 times a week, especially pag tinatamad ka? So if you can answer this, then that means ginawa mo talaga. Meron kang actual experience. Ayan yung tinatawag kong deep level knowing. A kind of knowing that not only comes from resources, but also come from experience. So before we say na alam na natin yan, make sure check natin to parehas. Alright? So next sa failure costume na kailangan natin itapon to succeed dito sa Kaizen program, hindi ako ganyan. Example, hindi ako ganyan, introvert ako. Hindi ako ganyan, wala talaga akong disiplina. Hindi ako ganyan, mahina talaga ako sa pagkain. Hindi ako ganyan, pero gusto ko ng ganyang results. So telling ourselves na hindi ako ganyan is basically shouting to the universe, I'm choosing not to grow, ganito na lang forever. Now, this kind of mindset and thinking habit is never going to work. Na hindi ako ganyan eh, pero gusto ko ng ganyang results. Now, check the conflict here. We want to go here, yet we want to stay here. Diba? Paano ko makakapunta dyan? Gusto mo dito ko lang. So getting a different result will require a different version of us. Kailangan talaga natin magbago. Example, sa webinar last time, yung new character ni CC. Here, I determined sino yung cholim na kailangan mag-show up for me to get to the results that I want. Ano yung traits? Ano yung beliefs? Ano yung behaviors? I do this because it's a fact. Well, ito yung niniwala ko. Now, we can always evolve and grow. Hindi naman tayo puno. All of our beliefs, our opinions, lahat yan pwede baguhin even today. Not in 5 or 10 years. Now, who you are right now is not the one who is going to achieve your goals. Kasi if it were, nakuha mo na sana. Doon ka na sana. Pero wala ka pa kasi hindi ka pa nagbabago. So erase na natin yung hindi ako ganyan and replace it with magiging ganyan ako because that's the one that will get me to my desired result. Okay? Ang next failure costume, hindi importante yan. So kung feeling natin hindi importante yung mga ipapagawa dito sa Kaizen program, i-remind natin sarili natin dito. Systems thinking, second order effect. Everything is interconnected. Every action we take has a second, third, fourth, fifth order of consequence. So kung apply natin to dito sa Kaizen, the task I would be asking you to do, hindi man siya directly related sa fitness, just trust that it would help you out because I already thought through and tested this thousands of times already. Pinag-isipan ko na yung buong game plan. And it's the reason why yung mga nandito, yung mga nag-rejoin, ilang seasons na sila, sobrang gaganda ng results nila. So this is me asking you 100 days lang. Bilis lang yan eh. Pag nakuha mo yung results dito, for for life. Pag, di ba, sabi nga natin, pag nakuha mo na, ang dali na niyang ulit-ulitin. So just trust the process. So ayan yung third failure costume natin. Hindi importante yan. And meron tayong bonus, which I think pasok to sa failure costume. Tinatamad na ako. Ayaw ko na rin tapusin yung bayad sa installment. So may mga iilan sa previous seasons na sininzone na kami at hindi na nagbayad just because tinamad na sila. So I thought of mentioning this out. So here, if you don't finish your installment, we won't allow you to join Kaizen again in the future. Like you who choose your mentors, we too choose our clients. So it's our way of maintaining the high standards of this community. Okay lang ba yun? Fully paid po para full commitment. Ang failure costume, transform natin sa winning mindset. So pag nahuli natin sarili natin saying this, lagyan lang natin ng reframe. Alam ko na yan, this is a reminder to start doing it. Kung hindi pa natin ginagawa, to do it again. Kung ginagawa na natin pero hina-half-ass pa natin, or to do it better. Ito pala yan. Dito pala to do it again kung ginagawa natin dati, tapos ngayon hindi natin ginagawa. Hindi ako ganyan. I'm not static. I can always change. I am forever evolving. Who do I need to become to achieve my goal? How does my 2.0 version act and behave? Hindi importante yan. Systems thinking. Everything is interconnected. What I do in one area affects another. So these are the failure costumes na kailangan na natin itapon to succeed dito sa program to. Ano uunahin nyo itapon? Acne. Nako, ang dami niyan, Sarah. Mahirap nga yan. Acne, ay, di ako ganyan. Ako itong dalawa. Hindi ako ganyan, di importante yan. Acne, hindi ako ganyan. Oh, nice. Okay, move tayo. How to get help and support and how our communication works. So ayan, balik muna tayo dito kung di pa natin nagagawa. Step 1, punta tayo sa notification settings natin dito sa profile. Kasi narinig ko yung feedback, ang ingay notifs. So naguguluhan nga ako, sabi ko, kalaban ko yung right now. Diba? Parang ang nangyayari ngayon, Facebook versus Circle. So ko ba yung notification sa kanila or not? Kasi pag not, baka mag-Facebook lang sila. So, parang gano'n. Tapos trinay ko naman, ipa-on yung notification. Sumobra naman. Parang ang ingay naman daw. So naguguluhan talaga ako. So ang suggested ko, itong step 2, ganito settings. Off nyo lahat sa email. Tapos siguro yung comment sa post, pwede nyo off yan. Kasi especially yung, di ba, nakita nyo yung introduce yourself, thread natin, 4,000 comments. Maingay talaga sa yun. Maingay talaga sa notification. So ito, pwede nyo mimic yung settings ko. Di ba? Parang saktong notifications lang. Kung gusto nyo, mentions lang, DMs lang. Ito nga, pwede ko it's up to you. And step 3, ito yung hindi namin naturo sa onboarding. If you find the notifications too much for you, sobrang ingay na because of how active the Kaizen students are, pwede mong gawin, i-unfollow yung post. Para hindi na siya mag-notify. So, ganun ginawa ko dun sa introduction thread. Okay? Pwede nyo yung pindutin to. Click nyo lang yung post, tapos makikita nyo to. Ito mobile, mobile view to eh. So ako, main reason ko for wanting you to have an immersive experience is because we want to change both your internal and external environment. By systems thinking, the more you see the Kaizen members posting, commenting, liking, the more you get reminders dun sa 100-day commitment mo. So yun yung reason. Kasi anong second order effect nun? Pag na-remind ka sa commitment mo, magkakaroon ka more motivation, gagawa ka ng more action, papunta sa goals mo, mag-engage ka ng mas madami, ma-inspire mo lalo yung community, yung group, and so on and so forth. Magkakaroon ng domino effect, yung positive habits mo. So second reason, bakit gusto ko na immersive ang experience mo, diba? Ayusin natin itong notifications para hindi naman siya wala. So gusto ko i-on mo siya because this community is the only place where we can communicate. By systems thinking, it's for everyone's benefit. So paano? Related sa pagbago ng internal environment. Ang gusto ko, i-associate mo yung 2.0 version mo dito sa Kaizen community. Dito sa Circle. Gusto ko pag pumunta ka ng Circle, nare-remind ka sa kung sino yung gusto mong maging. Now, Facebook can't do that. Kaya wala na tayo doon. Kasi pagpasok mo ng Facebook, andun pa rin nakakabit yung old identity mo. Procrastinator, tamad, slacking off, walang plano sa buhay, not giving importance sa fitness, etc. So yun yung reason. Kaya tayo nandito kasi yun yung goal ko. Mabago natin totally yung internal environment natin, even external. So kung ako lang, ang i-advise ko, kung gusto niyo talaga ma-experience fully si Kaizen, magbabawas ako sa social media. Kung hindi naman kailangan. And I would use Circle as my main dopamine source. At least productive, saka helpful sa goals ko. So ako, yun yung plano ko. Tatanggal ako. Ito sinasabi ko sa inyo para mag-commit ako. As in called social media, nagawa ko naman to ng ilang beses na dati. So yun yung plano ko ulit. At dito sa Kaizen community, if you're thinking whether to post or PM, we prefer doing a post. Bakit? Because one question by PM, one person gets the answer. Isa lang natutulungan. But one question posted in the group, an Indomie din yan. Multiple people receiving the answers, members getting permission to ask questions, more engaged community, more results for everyone. Ang goal ni Coach Cho is to create positive domino effects sa mga little behaviors that create bigger impact. And you're a key player sa transformations ng ibang members sa Kaizen. O in case kailangan talagang mag-PM, punta lang tayo dito. Nasa sidebar natin. Or send ka dito ng message kay Kaizen team in case meron kang gustong anything na private. Diba? Hindi mo masabi dito. Okay? So ito, may hawak nito admin, so you can send a message here. I-relay naman nila sa amin yan. So otherwise, kung wala naman, kailangan i-PM, mag-post na lang tayo sa group so we can help more people out because I'm sure yung tanong mo, hindi lang ikaw yung may tanong na ganyan. Marami tayong matutulungan. So aside from that, i-block natin itong mga schedules na to, itong mga araw na to. So weekly lessons natin, Sunday 11 a.m. Ito yung nanalo sa survey natin. If you can't make it, okay lang yun. I-post the replay on the same day. Abangan natin around 7 p.m. Yun na yung latest na ma-upload namin sila. Next, live Q&A calls. And Tuesday 8 p.m. saka Wednesday 11 a.m. Dalawa sila. If you have challenges and concerns or if you want to learn from other students' concerns, challenges, attend lang kayo dito. And lahat din yan may replays so you can ask, you can listen kahit hindi mo siya inabutan ng live. The next one, Kaizen Podcast. Ito bago to, Thursday at 7 p.m. Dito, yung mga mentors natin, mga coaches natin, will just have a roundtable discussion and talk about the things that are commonly asked sa community. They will dive deep sa mga topics na yun. So mapapansin naman namin yung thread na, kunwari pa ulit-ulit yung tanong, yun yung possible na i-discuss sa mga mentors. So I would suggest attending this if you want to maximize your time dito sa Kaizen. This is way better than scrolling sa social media. Dito nyo rin makikita how knowledgeable and equipped itong mga Kaizen team members. Okay? We'll be giving extra Q&A calls, extra assistance to those struggling and needing extra help. So we will leave no stone unturned. Kaya ang task mo is to let us know about your challenges. Yun lang. Kasi hindi kami manghuhula. Alright? So yan, lahat ng calls natin, andito siya sa sidebar sa weekly lessons and calls. Nakalagay siya dyan lahat. And naka-auto RSVP kayo lahat dyan for you to get notified. But if you cannot attend, pwedeng mag-click na lang kayo na not going. Okay? Okay lang? So yung inassign ko sa team, sabi ko auto RSVP na lang. Pero kung hindi sila makaka-attend, sila na lang yung mag-cancel. Ayan, time for review. Reinforce natin yung mga natutunan natin to make them useful. Sayang naman, di ba, kung hindi natin ma-reinforce. Ayan, sagutan lang natin. Left, right. Dito muna. Sagutan nyo lang sa ulo nyo. Alam nyo yun? Alam nyo ano lang tayo. I-review nyo lang siya para mabaon ng konti. Mabaon pa lalo. Huwag nyo lagay dito yung sagot kasi kukopihin na iba. Pagtapos na, comment doon. Chat pala, chat. Dan Perley, Alexis, Carlo Bea, Cheska, Dex. Okay, sagutan natin. Mabilis lang yan. Ay! O, sige nga, sagutan niya nga. Number 1. Oh, system. Systems. Number 2, fault. What I put out, number 3, what I get back. Number 4, I seek better, not more. Okay, o dito tayo sa kabila. Tatlo lang yan. Ano yan? Sabihin nyo na yung tatlo. Ano yan? Di importante. Okay, di ba? Ang dali lang. Gusto ko lang pag-usapan natin kasi uminom ako. Dito tayo. Second part. Kaizen execution system, changing your internal and external environment to easily show up as your 2.0 character. Ito yung nakita nyo sa webinar. So dito sa week 1 natin, pag zoom natin tong training na to, ganito yung makikita natin. So the Kaizen execution system overview. The big dominoes. So ang purpose ng big dominoes na to is para mapadali itong execution part. Ay, workout at diet. Kasi ito, sobrang simple lang dito eh. Ang mahirap dito, yung pag-execute niya consistently. Dali mag-workout, 1 day, 2 days. Pero ang tanong, kaya mo ba siya gawin ng 6 weeks? Good job kung umabot ng 6 weeks. Ayan. Itong big dominoes, siya rin yung magpapadali dito sa 5 steps na to. Kasi ito lang naman yung kailangan natin to get an amazing transformation. So first, discuss muna natin tong SAAC. Hindi naman lahat nakanood dito ng webinar ni Coach. So to be fair with them, recap lang natin ang mabilis. Dito natin mapapractice yung pagtapon ng failure costume na alam ko na yan, narinig ko na yan. Reframe it as this is a reminder to start doing it, to do it better, or do it again. Yan, itong SAAC framework, ang role niya is baguhin both our internal and external environment. So showing up as our 2.0 character would be a lot easier. So ano yung 4 na yan? Structure, Awareness, Accountability, Community, or SAAC. Sprinkle natin itong framework na to sa area na gusto natin improve and the execution becomes almost effortless. Explain natin isa-isa. Structure, ano ba yung structure na yan? It can also be called routine, a routine. Hindi lang siya workout diet routine, but the overall routine ng daily at weekly natin. The importance of a structure or routine lies in the fact that we're all creatures of habit. May sequences tayo ng events and actions na sinusunod. Like for example, pagkagising, check agad phone, maliligo, toothbrush, then pupunta sa work. This is called the domino effect, a cumulative effect produced when one event initiates a succession of similar events. So ang problema dito, this applies not just sa good habits but also sa bad ones. And most of us, hindi tayo aware dito sa yung mga sequence of behaviors natin. So by the time na mag-decide tayo, kunwari mag-workout na tayo ng gabi, o mag-diet, hindi pa rin natin sila magawa kasi na-override tayo ng bad habits natin from yesterday or from early morning or from last week. So for us to be successful sa fitness area natin, hindi lang dapat tayo mag-focus sa workout routine at diet, but we should also set up our life and environment, our day-to-day routine, to trigger the right behaviors instead of the wrong ones. So if you're starting out, morning routine muna tayo. So pag nag-progress tayo, midday, evening. Bakit? Kasi nga, everything works in systems. Everything is interconnected. What we do in one area of our life affects another area. For example, kanina, if I do morning routine, mag-midday routine ako, evening routine, meditate, read a book, workout. Whereas, if I skip that, skip na rin ako reading, skip na rin workout, domino effect ng bad habits.